My name is Frank Fernandez, and I am the Executive Director for Green Doors. Green Doors is a nonprofit housing organization who is dedicated to ensuring that folks in our community have a place, a safe, stable place to live. We work with homeless veterans, we work with families struggling with homelessness, and others that are at risk of homelessness. Who are the majority of the homeless? People tend to think it's the visibly homeless, the folks you see on the park bench or folks you see who panhandle, when the reality is the largest and fastest growing segment of the homeless population are moms with kids. And most people don't see that or realize, but that is the reality, over 40%. These people did to themselves, we're not going to pay for their problems or what they brought on themselves. And then the reality is, separate from what they did or did not do themselves, we do pay for it. And we pay for it in a myriad of ways. The two big ones that we like to highlight is for the folks who struggle with homeless, who've been on the streets for years. Oftentimes these folks are going to be at the ER not 5 or 6 or 7 times, but 30, 40, 50, 60 times a year. And every single time they go to the ER, it costs us, the community, because we pay for it, because they don't have funds to pay for it, $2,000 to $3,000 a year. Every single time they have to go to Travis County lockup because of a public intoxication, it costs us thousands of dollars a year, again, in that. And so when people think we're not really paying for it, that they did it into themselves, that's really a misconception. We are paying for it. We're actually paying a lot more for it than if we actually address the issue more proactively. Veterans, unfortunately, are disproportionately represented amongst the homeless. 30 to 40% of the male homeless population are veterans. When they don't make anywhere near that in terms of the general population. So it is a big challenge, and we serve a lot of veterans, and we serve anyway from World War II veterans to the folks who've just got back from Afghanistan or Iraq. You have more of the folks coming back that aren't just men, which is historically, you have a lot more women now. We've been serving more female veterans, and you're starting to have to grapple with veterans who are homeless who have families, especially with your female veterans. And so it has become more challenging. And unfortunately, there's usually a time lag between when someone comes back and when they become homeless. They'll go through, whether it's the military's initial net and then some family kind of safety nets, and then they end up homeless. So this is a problem that will get, over the next few years, probably progressively worse. And we need to be actively addressing it now so that we don't have a bigger problem than we already have. How can we help prevent and end homelessness in our community? And you can do that by several ways. You can, to me, get yourself educated. That's a great first step. Second, start volunteering with the organization or like-minded organizations. And third, start actually investing some of your financial resources. Even if it's a small amount, it can grow over time. But I think if you start investing your money, you will start paying attention and seeing if you're getting a meaningful return for that investment.